Alright, so we've, explored this area pretty thoroughly. Um, there's one more thing we can do, though. And that's to fight the big old dragon, but before I could even do that, I have to find something else. But first, let me just go back here. I guess take the shortcut, I think. I'm trying to remember where it is, but there's an item I missed, basically, when I went through this area. I think the fastest way for me is to go this way, over here, and to go back this way. It's around here somewhere. Let me just run past all these enemies, if possible. Never mind. Just kill them. Alright. Over here, with the annoying mages, and all these monsters. And I miss this. I miss these stairs, basically. I don't know how I missed these stairs. I guess not very easy to notice, I feel like, because I didn't see them the first time I came in here. Walked past them, I guess. It's because your attention is kind of focused on enemies, right? There's like a mage up there shooting stuff at you. There's a mage down there shooting stuff at you. So you don't really notice this thing right here. When you look at it from this angle, you don't see, like, there's a door to the right. Anyway. So there's a passage over here that we can go through. And, well, let's see. There should be something I can find around here that will let us progress in terms of fighting that big old dragon. And again, you can fight the dragon dude without doing this, actually. I think I said, like, how it's impossible and everything. I don't know if I mentioned it. But, like, the first time I went there, I just instantly die. It's because the dragon itself, even if you don't get killed by its breath necessarily, it just flies around the entire time. Making, like, drive-by shots at you. I believe this is a wall, by the way. I don't think this is it, but you can equip this thing, and it opens the door over here. Nothing much. I think it's just a chest that has upgrade material that I don't really need. Yeah. I remember that being pointless, actually. Distinctly. At least for me. I mean, it might be good if you're doing, like, some kind of, like, fire weapon, I guess? That's what the red titanite chunks are for, I think. Over here, I think if you go over here, fall. There's monster here. Kill him. And this should be the chest I'm thinking of. But you notice, I don't know, it's breathing, but you see the chain, but also see maybe its mouth move? No, maybe? Oh, a little mouth move, okay. It's a mimic. So, gotta be prepared. Hiya! Hopefully you don't get killed by this mimic. I mean, probably not, but it's still possible. You get grabbed and you instantly die. Or at least, maybe not instantly die, but you take a lot of damage. Grab this, and it's a crest key. Amazing. So this is the item I missed before. I remember actually missing this item plenty of times in my playthroughs. The grooves of the crest are enchanted. The door is sealed with a powerful spell. Very ambiguous what that even means, What do you mean there's a seal on a magical door or whatever? But I remember, actually, I don't know if I remember the message exactly, but it did say that when we tried to open the door near the arena, maybe it said something how the door was sealed with magic. I think maybe that's what it was. I don't remember exactly, but anyway, this ladder goes down over here. I think, yeah, the item was already dropped somehow by the enemy, which is lucky, I guess. But normally, in order to get that item, either you can use a ranged weapon, or you can go down here and then cut it off. There you go. I think there's nothing else in this area, except maybe you can go over here, I think. And then over here, not much. It's just humanities. I don't remember anything else in this area that's of utmost importance. Drop down here. And go back down here. Go back to the entrance. Alright. We got the item that we needed. Excuse me. As you shoot dark magic at me. Let me just... One more bone. Bye! Oh, back at Firelink, because that's the last bonfire I rested at. Let me just go back to the township right here. So as I was saying before, the black dragon, or whatever, that was flying around, that intimidated us in the beginning, or, in the bridge. Landed on the bridge and then killed us, because I, wanted to see what the boss was about. It is impossible, at least for my character. I do know that you can defeat it, technically, before doing this. Before, going over here. By simply using range attacks, I think? It is possible. But, it's not really my thing. Can't, like, shoot spells or anything like that. So, instead, we'll go over here, the crest key, and get to meet a new character. Seems to be like he's just carving a bunch of little, I think the rocks, like tree things, I guess, tree carvings, I guess. There's a big old bow, a bunch of logs. That's hobby, I guess. Carving wood.
A visitor, have we? Thou must be the one who freed Artorias. An old friend he was. Thanks to thee, he left this world with honor intact. And here I am, retired and blind. Of little help to thee, I'm afraid.
Of little help. So here's, I don't know what it says, but basically here's Goth, I guess. Hawkeye Goth. Or, I don't know, in my head though, I always assumed it was Hawkeye Go. Like dough? Like bread dough? Go? Hawkeye Go? Makes sense to me. Anyway. There's some carvings you can get. I think I read the other one already, so... Might as well buy them, I guess, for no reason. Why not? Let's see. Also has shards we don't need, and Go's great arrows. Any lore over here? Or Goth, Go. I'm gonna say Go. In fact, I'm gonna stick with Go. In my head, like, I've always thought Go. Goth might be more correct, though. But then it just reminds me of cough. Like coughing? I don't want to think about coughing. I want to think about, I don't know, cookie dough. It sounds better to me. A great arrow used by Hawkeye Go, one of Lord Gwyn's 4 knights. For dragon slaying. Dragon slaying, eh? You do need the help of a dragon. Acquires a great bow. Go personally crafts each stone tip and wraps the shaft tightly with tree bark. So he's one of the knights I think I mentioned before. And also you could have got a ring from the blacksmith's giant. And also, I mean, in general, you notice that he's pretty big, so I guess he's part of the same race as those giants. The ones from Sen's Fortress, and then the blacksmith in Anor Londo. So again, there's like a whole race of like big people, I guess. Though I think they're different from... Like, for example, like, you notice, like, Smo and Ornstein, they're pretty big too, but they're different, I think? I don't know, it depends. Like, Tori's as well is a little bit bigger. Like, giants and just bigger people, not necessarily related, right? Anyway.
Dragons shall never be forgotten. We knights fought valiantly, but for every one of them, we lost 70 of our own. Exhilaration, pride, hatred, rage. The dragons teased out our dearest emotions. Thou will understand one day. At our twilight, old thoughts return in great waves of nostalgia.
Okay. So, I mean... You notice that, especially Dragon Slayer or Ornstein, I guess. These knights often fought dragons because that was during the Age of Ancients, and how they fought to, usher in the Age of Fire and everything. They killed almost all the dragons, basically, is what they did. And I guess, during this pass where we got time traveled by Manus back to the past. where the shitty games suck ass. No, it's probably in more recent memory that they, fought dragons in the first place.
There's very little to be said. What good is a dog with no hairs to hunt? But I'm lucky to be alive, I suppose.
Yes. He also said he was blind, by the way. Well, more on that later. Can I talk to him again? No. I might have to do something else in order to activate extra dialogue. Let's see. Can I leave?
Farewell, human. Lead thy life as thou seest fit.
Calls us human, by the way, which makes sense. He's a giant. I remember, what's her face? Lord Blade or Lord's Blade, Siren or whatever. I don't say her name. Kieran, Siren. She also called us human. So humans are, again, in this world, pretty distinct from everyone else, from the gods and from these giants as well. Anyway.
Tomorrow, is the black dragon posing the duress?
Yeah. You see, I don't have like a one-shot sorcery build, so I can't just like, just like keep shooting the dragon as it flies by, and then I've actually seen a video because I was curious. Actually, I was curious whether or not this was possible, and there is a video about it on YouTube. Well, some dudes just like equipping like a whole bunch of magic boosting items, and I think using a great shield of some sort to block the fire, and then shoot the dragon. Every time it comes by, shoots it again. It's like. And then finally, the dragon does have like a custom death animation where it dies in the air. But it is possible. Just not really in the spirit of the game, I feel like. To like, at least, to normally fight the bosses, right? The intended way is to do it this way, is to ask for his help. How will he help us? He's blind. No?
Yes, I thought as much. He's called Calamity. Ferocious dragon indeed, even mighty Anna Londa dared not provoke his ire. I see little good coming from this, but thy intent is to persevere to the bitter end.
Yeah.
Good. What is bravery without a dash of recklessness? I've taken a liking to thee, and I owe thee much for thy service to Artorias. Now, watch, and see how Goth hunts dragons.
Yeah, he does say Goth. Damn it. I don't know. In my head, I still think go. Anyway.
Yes, a truer shot was never loosed. That bat will be grounded for a good spell. The rest is in thine hands. I await good tidings. Dragon slaying. Knighthood's highest calling.
Yeah, there you go. In one last act of his duty, I guess, he shot down Calamity, and we can finish him off on the ground when we go back to the area where we were, basically. It's pretty badass, considering he's blind. He did it without even seeing.
Hello there. What?
And also we learned the dragon's
He is
name.
an ancient dragon. Skyward or no, he will not be put down easily.
No, we have to fight him first.
What good is... But I'm...
Okay, that's
Farewell.
Calamity. More like seat because he's being sat on the ground? I don't know, anyway. Let's just go fight the big old dragon called Calamity. Let's go. And you also learn that, by the way, if you didn't already know, if you kill him, if you kill a Hawkeye Goth, or Go, same way if you kill Kieran, actually, if you kill her, who was here before, you actually get their armor. I don't really bother because that sounds very cruel to just murder, you know, those people for no reason. But if you kill old Hawkeye, and then you read the description on his helmet, you do learn that actually his helmet is packed full of tree resin by some people who did not like giants or whatever. You know, some people who didn't like him, or, you know, probably also trapped him here. And also, I guess, fooled him into thinking he was blind. I'm not entirely sure. I think the theory is that, or at least the implication is that, somebody, or someone, or a group of people, probably humans, put a bunch of resin or stuff in his helmet holes, and then he just never bothered to take off his helmet. I don't know. Seems unlikely, but maybe the implication is that giants are not very smart, and so he's just so naive into thinking that maybe he is blind, that he just went blind anyway, because he just never took off his helmet. I don't know. It could also be that maybe tree resin, because there's resin in the game. For example, like lightning pine resin or whatever. Can I look at it? Do I have any lightning resin? Did I pick it up? I think I picked it up from the very beginning of the game. Emits golden sparks. Pine resin. I don't know. Not much lore about the resin itself, because resin is like, it's like tree sap, you know, sort of. A little bit different. But apparently in this world, if you get resin from like a tree, sometimes it sparks lightning or like there's fire in it or something. But maybe the actual resin did cause damage to his eyes? You know, either that or he's just not very smart. He just never I don't know. I don't like to think that though, because he seems smart. You know, he seems to communicate very well. Compared to the giants, or at least the giant we saw as a blacksmith, he talks in very small words. But Hawkeye here is in a position where he's probably in one of the highest positions as a giant, you know? Because again, that makes me think like what the hierarchy is. Like, is it like people are prejudiced against giants and then he achieved this position anyway? Or are giants more revered than humans? I don't know. Either way, I guess people didn't like him. Ow. Yeah. Anyway, here's Calamity. But yeah, Hawkeye is very well spoken, and yet he doesn't know how to take off his helmet. Maybe he's just so naive. Maybe he knew, you know, and just accepted his fate anyway. If people don't like him, he's just gonna accept his punishment. He's very innocent, really, but I don't actually fight Calamity all that much, by the way. I think I only fought him like once ever, to be honest, as far as I know, because I always forget to do this boss. I always forget Calamity even exists, to be honest. Like, I see the first part where they, you know, they intimidate you on the bridge and everything, but then by the time I fight Manus, I always forget Calamity exists. So I just never fight him. Some items on the ground. I don't want to bother grabbing those items. Okay. So yeah, I don't really remember any of Calamity's patterns, to be honest. I feel like I'm just doing this fight kind of blind. I do know that it has one attack, I think. That's pretty powerful. Kind of like a grab. I think he already did it once, where he like kind of screams, sort of. I think if you get grabbed by that, that's not very good. Again, I'm not very good at fighting four-legged beasts. You know, it's hard for me to predict their patterns for some reason. Hands and arms, I can tell, but if like a creature's trying to bite me, I don't know. I don't know how to react. sometimes. Calamity was using a sword, maybe. But then again, well, this reminds me of Sif, actually. Sif was using a sword. It didn't really help me, though. Because he was using it with a mouth, rather than, like, arms. Okay. Oh. Get away. Calamity. If Calamity stayed at home all day, he would be Calamity. For some reason, there's a lot of puns you can make with his name. That I've noticed. I'm trying to think of a pun. I can't think of a pun. If you could, like, throw Calamity into the stratosphere, it would be Cala-yeet. Oh. This is so bad. Seems pretty standard so far. I'm using too much S, to be honest. Probably gonna die the first time I fight this boss. Seems predictable so far. I wonder if it has any other attacks. Try to keep locking on. Range. Gonna top off. Just in case I get one shot. Gotta be very careful to get one shot. Oh, which reminds me, by the way. I mean, a very small thing, but I've, you know, did a little bit of grinding again off screen. Nothing too much. Just grinded a bit more chunks from the Dark Wraiths in New Londo to fully upgrade my Elite Knight Gauntlet. That's what I did. Okay. I'm gonna do that again. Very cool breath effect, by the way. I do like how it's just breathing dark flames. As much as I hate dark magic, it does look cool. Hello, Dark Doggo. It's appropriate name because it's Dark Souls. Very dark. Oh yeah, can you get his tail, by the way? Oh, I don't remember, actually. Does Calamity even have a tail I can destroy? I don't even know. I didn't bother because I didn't think there would be a tail I can cut off. I don't remember, actually. Maybe there is. I don't remember a Calamity weapon, though. I don't know. It's also kind of hard to cut that tail because it's moving around so much. Yeah, I don't remember if Calamity has a tail cut off. I don't know. It keeps turning around a lot, so I mean, grabbing that, hitting that tail doesn't seem possible. It doesn't seem to ever be on the ground, especially with my weapon. Heal. Yeah, I can't reach that tail. So I'm just gonna assume if there is, then I guess I won't be able to get that tail because I can't really do like a chopping motion with my weapon. It only does horizontal slashes and a stab, so I don't think I can reach that tail. Ow. I guess I'll just finish off this boss if possible. Let's see. What are you doing next? Breathe more fire, or it's gonna walk towards me? Good. Fly up, which means, yeah, he's gonna do that. That's a popular move in Dark Souls 3, by the way. Whenever you fight like a dragon-like creature, they always do that move. They fly up and then they shoot flames where they were. It's the classic move. Classic Dark Souls move. Ah, damn it. I shouldn't really be messing this up. There's so much Estus playing around. Go! Nah, damn it. I died. Well, almost did it on first try, but that's okay. I'll just try again. Alright, as it turns out, Calamity even when weakened by Hawkeye Goth. I guess I'll say Goth. I don't know, it's like, it just reminds me of GIF and GIF. I guess I'll say Goth. But even weakened by the old Hawkeye, still pretty tough. Can you see? I can't tell. Can you see if there's an arrow sticking out of the dragon? I wonder if you can see that. I don't know. I don't think there's an arrow, as far as I can tell. But you would think there would be, right? Because when it got hit, definitely there was an arrow in Calamaty's body. Okay. Ah, missed. Come on. Come on. With that attack, though, you can just go forward, because it doesn't seem to hit below him. Only in front of his face. Go past his face, and he can't do anything about it. That was a tail swipe. Oh, didn't see that before. And stab you. Right in the crotch. In the dragon crotch. Maybe you can grab the tail here. I wonder. Like when he stands up and everything? Maybe that's when you can grab the tail? I don't know. Okay, he's gonna... that way, alright. Oh, ah. And dodge. I would like to top off. I'm very cautious, by the way. I like to top off in case I get one shot. Is a thing. You stop just doing that. Oh, nah, damn it. Okay, here's the move. Ow. Doesn't do a lot of that damage actually. I was thinking it would do a lot of damage. Oh no, now I know. Ah, that's what it was. Okay, now I remember. What that does is that gives you a debuff that basically reduces all your defenses, I think, or either doubles your damage, I think, or something like that. But it's a very powerful move because of that. It doesn't kill you instantly. It gives you a very bad debuff. The logs here. I wonder why. I guess it's a dam of some sort. There used to be a dam of some sort? I don't know. There's a bridge there, so it's supposed to be some kind of river. But it's a lot less water now. I wonder what happened. Maybe someone burst the dam. I don't know how important that is to the lore. But it seems that's what happened. Probably because of the abyss. Yeah, it's probably the abyss. A bunch of darkness, you know, destroyed a bunch of stuff in this area. That's probably what happened. Destroyed the dam probably as well. I assume? This is like supposed to be like a very watery area, but it's a lot less water. So I'm imagining there's some kind of water dam that was destroyed in the destruction of Uasel and everything. If I had to guess. Like that. Fight me. Fight me, Calamity. Dare you. Do a little charge, good for you. Do a little spin. That doesn't help you at all, buddy. Ow. Ow. Oh. Uh-oh. Keep trying to lock on. Keep like looking the wrong. Because normally, if there is no enemies in the area, the way the lock-on works, when you click the R3 button on the PlayStation controller, it just centers the camera, you know? If there's no lock-on. By default, it just centers the camera. So that's why you see me sometimes looking the wrong direction, because I can't seem to lock on. Let's heal. Sip. Ow. Let me sip my Estus. Come on. Alright. Might as well take a sip. I like topping it out. It's a bit of a waste, but I want to make sure I have enough health to survive like a big attack. In case Calamity does something that can one-shot me. Probably like some kind of combo. I don't know. You. I will now stab you. I might as well receive my souls, I guess. Rawr. Random. Get away from that. I guess how it works is that there is an aerial effect on that. So obviously you don't want to be in front of him when he does that. Ow. I dodged that wrong. I should have just dodged to the left instead of like dodging through it. I'm just so used to dodging through attacks instead of dodging away from attack. I often just go towards it. That's the thing to do in this game. I feel like one of the secrets to dodging a lot of attacks in Dark Souls, especially the first one, is because you have a lot of invincibility frames, especially if you are fast rolling. So it's best sometimes to just dodge through attacks rather than away from them. It depends on the attack, I guess, though. Oh, man. I didn't think he was going to do a spinning attack. Let me just top off. I mean, he has, you know, I can kill him probably one more shot. Run away! What? Yeah, there you go. Calamity, more like dead. Good. Alright, got a ring. It's a Calamity ring. It's a very useless ring, by the way, but I guess it's for lore reasons. It also gives you the same debuff that he could do towards you. And let's see. It allows you, yeah, it receives double damage. That's so a ring enchanted by the Orange Eye of Calamity, the bringer of Calamity. Doubles damage received by its wearer. A useless ring befitting of no finger. Best left alone, or at least well hidden. So it gives you a little circle of an eye, and you basically take double damage from everything. Why would you wear this? If you're a masochist, I guess, and you want to do like a Calamity ring playthrough or something. I don't know. You get this kind of late in the game though, so either you kind of like maybe, I don't know, use cheat engine to like give you the ring in the beginning, or maybe you do a new game plus. I don't know. Then I imagine people have already done like challenge runs involving that Calamity ring. Otherwise though, for normal players, I don't know why you would wear that. Just for fun, I guess. Anyway. Guess that's Calamity. And again, you can kill him without Hawkeye's help. With like a certain build setup and everything. That's kind of cool that people can do that, you know? There's like a lot of different ways you can play this game, and you can definitely play it in a very like mid-maxy way, where you can do like very cool things that not a lot of players can even do with their build, and a lot of like ways that are not really designed for you to fight, for example, you know? But I'd rather not do that. That kind of, because doing that, for me anyway, takes out of the fun of actually fighting the boss. Because to me, gameplay is actually dodging through attacks and learning enemy patterns and everything, rather than like, you know, cheesing the boss. So it's not really cheese. It's, you know, in a way, it does require a certain kind of strategy, I guess. But that's not fun to me. You know, it's like just like shooting the boss with your like hyper beams, and then you win. It's hard. I mean, it's hard in its own way, but again, it reminds me of speedrunning. I already, ranted about speedrunning, but basically, it just takes the fun out of fighting the actual boss. So personally, I wouldn't do it. But that's okay. Other people can do it. Anyway. Alright, so we defeated Dragon. We're a Dragon Slayer. I mean, how many dragons have we killed? I don't know if the Gaping Dragon counts. He's technically a dragon too, but the one we fought the sewers. Relatively weak dragon, though. I mean, in general, in medieval fantasy, like killing a dragon, like being an actual dragon slayer, is a pretty big deal. It tends to be, especially in classic D&D, Dungeons and Dragons. Dragons were the most powerful enemies in that game. That's why it's called Dungeons and Dragons, It's like defeating an actual dragon tends to be almost the last thing you do in any kind of adventure, at least, your high level, whatever. End game thing. We're pretty awesome. We just kill a dragon. Anyway. Let's see. Actually, I want to talk to this guy. I think there's some dialogue you can get with him. Actually, I didn't bother to do it. You're a dog.
Oh, for Juniper's sake, put some spring into your step.
I just killed a dragon, buddy.
Did you really slay Knight Artorias? I'd heard the Abyss found him first, but even still, that's absolutely treacherous. Yes, magnificently so.
Okay.
Believe it or not, Ulysses has brought the Abyss upon itself, fooled by that toothy serpent. They upturned the grave of primeval man and incited his ornery wrath. What could they have been thinking? But to you and I, it's all ancient history. You have to ask yourself, does it really matter?
Does it? Look at his butt. That's actually some pretty interesting lore, actually. Why Ulysses was attacked by the Abyss in the first place. Some toothy serpent, eh? Calf maybe, or Frampt, or some kind of snake that we saw before, with a big old teeth mouth. And so they dug up some primeval man, assuming that's Manus, right? So, that's what caused Manus to go berserk. Had a bunch of humanity inside him, and then he turned into a monster, and then the Abyss, started spreading everywhere, and that's probably what caused Artorias to come here as well, and get corrupted. Okay, that's it. So that's some actually pretty interesting lore after you fight Manus, I think. I believe, there's a theory. I don't know if it's confirmed. I don't think it is. It's just a theory. It's just a theory, a game theory. But I believe the idea is that Manus might be the furtive, how you say, the furtive pygmy or whatever that was mentioned in the very prologue of this game. Like, there were like 3 lords, right? There was Gwyn, there's Lord Nido, and the Witch of Islev. They all combined their powers to defeat the dragons, But there was actually another one that was simply just like a very small person. I think that's what it means. Furtive pygmy, right? Furtive meaning hidden or secret, and pygmy meaning like just small person. It was just like a person that looks like a hollow, actually, also had access to the very first flame that ushered in the Age of Fire and everything. It's implied that might be Manus or somebody similar, anyway. Could be or couldn't be, but either way, it's like one of the people that also took a flame. They didn't become a lord, however. Instead, well, the idea is that they spread humanity, right? And the reason why they look hollow is maybe because how Calf said it. You remember Darkstalker Calf in the Abyss, he also mentioned how we are a progenitor, or not we, but like, the progenitor who took the flame is technically our ancestor, I guess. What's progenitor mean, by the way? I think it means ancestor, right? Or something like that. But technically, that was our ancestor. And so, what do you mean by that? It means like humans in general. So humans actually came from the Lord as well. But anyway. I'll talk to you, though.
Why? Thou hast defeated Calamity? Wondrously played. Lord Gwyn's blessing upon thee. That beast will never take to the skies again.
Good.
This great bow, I shan't need it, but no dragons to hunt. I know not if a human could even operate it. But here, thy need outweighs mine.
I think. One size fits all, though, so it doesn't matter if it's too big for us. It'll just shrink to our size. That's how it works, actually. A lot of the, for example, if you kill him and take his armor actually just shrinks to our size. Like any kind of, like, you know, a lot of armor and boss weapons and everything. They tend to just turn tiny in our hands.
I suspect thou hast taken a gander at it, but the dark of the abyss, which swallowed poor Artorias, threatens to devour our entire land of Ulasil. It seems that this dire fate is unavoidable, but seduced by a dark serpent or no, they awoke that thing themselves and drove it mad. One's demise is always one's own making.
Okay, more hints that Ulasil wasn't, you know, super innocent. They kind of brought this upon themselves. Just like how the sorcerers you've learned. I think one description did say like how they, you know, they found out about how to make dark magic, and that's probably what made them go insane. You know, they wanted to research more about this dark powers, and then accidentally caused the abyss to swallow the land.
Now, do not mistake my words. I cherish my work. Wood carving is a nuanced art. I would have much to talk about with that blacksmith. In truth, how is the old chap, I wonder? Still hammering away, I should hope.
So, by the way, he's also buddies with the other giant, I guess, in Orlando. That's like a small connection there.
Now, do not...
Okay, that's that thing.
Farewell, proud human. May every honor be bestowed upon thee.
Upon thee. There you go, I got his great bow. Go check it out real quick, maybe. It's pretty interesting. I don't know if I said before, but like great bows are pretty cool because I don't think it's ever been a thing in any type of other RPG game. You can have just a giant bow, you know? Yeah, I have a giant bow. Ta-da! I can't shoot as well as this guy, but you know, it's pretty cool looking. Not super useful, but you can do some shenanigans with it, like knocking people off of cliffs in PvP or something. So yeah. Let's see. Let me look at the description for that. I don't know if there's anything interesting you can look at within the lore for this bow, but let's see. Great bow used by Hawkeye Goth of Lord Gwyn's Lord Knight for Dragon. The bow is larger than even those used by the famed Dragon Slayers. Only their leader, Goth, had the strength to handle it. There you go. This bow. Technically he's still here though. I guess we just get a copy of his bow. I don't know how that works. I guess that's it for this place. There's probably like a few things I'm missing, but nothing too important I feel like. But yeah, it's the land of Ulasil, threatened to be swallowed by the abyss. I guess the city itself was destroyed. The forest is fine though, as we learn in the present, you know. So all is not lost. But it's fated that this place, at least the structures anyway, will eventually go to ruin. Because probably there's no one here maintaining it anymore, is the idea. There you go. Whee. Also level up in souls. More strength? I guess that's it for your strength, why not? Did we get a soul or some sort? I don't think we did. We got like Manus' soul, I think. I think I read this already. Yeah. We didn't get like a Calamity soul or anything. I guess the only thing you get is is the ring, and also indirectly you get the bow, I guess. Anyway, so that's this area. That's the, you know, I believe the name is for the DLC is Artorias of the Abyss. So there you go. That's it for that. So now, what do? Well, there's a few things we could do. I think we can go back to maybe, I'm trying to think, maybe Anor Londo actually. And you know, I guess this is it, because you kind of learn that let's see. I think I showed this already, but it says here, Gwyndolin, all too aware of his repulsive frail appearance, created the illusion of Sister Guinevere, who helps him guard over Anor Londo. An unmasking of these deities would be tantamount to blasphemy. So, as it, you know, Anor Londo is nice and all. As it turns out, it's kind of all an illusion, and killing this illusion is complete blasphemy. But hey, my character doesn't believe in the gods anyway. They've already all left. So,
thou that tarnishest the godmother's image, I am Gwyndolin. And thy transgression shall not go unpunished. Thou shalt perish in the twilight of Anor Londo.
uh-oh. So when you do that, as I said before, everything turns dark and spooky. So, where's that bonfire? And so what it does, I mean, not just, I missed my ride. I missed my elevator. Not only does everything kind of turn dark, but also most of the enemies in the game, or at least in this area, not the game, but you know, this area. Oh my god. Okay, good. I didn't die. Alright. Most of the enemies in this area are illusions as well, so they are simply gone. Is the thing. There you go. We also learn, I think the ring for the princess as well, the one you get from the princess's guard, also said that apparently she left for Flame God Flan or whatever. So that's another hint that, you know, again, Anor Londo, mostly an illusion. It's a very nice illusion. I really like it, but, you know, just to pad out the playthrough some more, basically. Let's do this part as well. I don't usually do it this way, but I often really don't do this. But, you know, again, Dark Anor Londo, which is also another hint that, basically the gods are lying to you. You know, the Fram, Kingseeker Fram, you know, saying how you'll succeed the throne to Lord Gwyn and everything. There's like the city gods and everything. They're supposed to be the good guys, but most of them already left, you know, they didn't die or anything. They just like abandoned humanity. The only person left will be Gwyndolin, at least only deity anyway. And by the way, I don't know, I didn't say anything, but these two, they kind of appear in Dark Anor Londo. They're kind of weird because there's a Berenique Knight and there is a Baldur Knight. You assume these guys are the Dark Moon Blades, basically. You know, PvE wise anyway. Because there's obviously the PvP Covenant where they invade sinners or whatever is the idea. Even though it's not very well designed. So you don't get a lot of invasions, even when the game was popular. But they kind of also remind you of Ornstein and Snow. There's like a fast one and there's like a big slow one, right? So like, the theory anyway is that you think maybe these guys are also the real people behind the illusions of Dragonslayer Ornstein and Execution of Snow, maybe? Like, instead of fighting those big guys, as it turns out, you're just fighting these two. You know, these two jobbers, basically, as it turns out. Maybe? That's the implication anyway. It's not, you know, it's not like objective proof, because I don't think I've seen any evidence that implies that directly, but that's what people assume. There you go, everything's kind of dark. Let me go over here, actually. Speaking of the giant blacksmith. I think he's real. So, yeah, he's real. He's not an illusion, so he's still around. Hi, guy.
What's that? Shiny, shiny. Give me that.
Give me that.
Weapon shiny.
Okay, sure, here you go. I mean, I'm not even gonna need it, but... or use it.
Shiny, shiny. I made weapons shiny.
Shiny, shiny.
You come, I forge. We talk. You, good friend. I, very happy.
Very happy. What a nice giant.
Come back soon.
By the way, I missed this. So here's a chest you can take from him. It's kind of stealing. Don't worry about it. So here's the hawk ring I mentioned. That's a reference, even in the vanilla Dark Souls, to Hawkeye Goth. Look at that real quick. It extends your bow range, basically. I belong to Hawkeye Goth, led the great archers. Boosts his bow range, the arrows fly like they were shot by Goth's great bow, which took down high-flying dragons, as we saw, actually, firsthand. So again, a lot of enemies are just gone. So as it turns out, they were just illusions created by Gwendolyn to, I guess, attack you? You get souls, though, when you kill them. So, I don't know, there's probably power behind those illusions, but they were fake, nevertheless. So as it turns out, Anor Londo is basically as dark as New Londo, really. It's not as destroyed, but it's definitely as abandoned. No, there's no ghosts, though, I guess. That's at least good. Here's, this lady, by the way. Oh, she's already buffing, my god. You didn't bow yet.
So it was you, was it? How dare you produce a blade upon a deity? How did you ever get this far? I shall end your suffering here and now. It is the least that I can do.
I don't want to kill her, but she's pretty cool. She has like the S stock, she buffs, and that's the Dark Moon blade buff, by the way, that you would get by advancing in rank in the Covenant. It's very powerful. A lot of people use it. Wait, hold on. Wait, hold on. Wait, hold on. I just wanna get paired. Get wrecked. I don't want to kill her though. That's the problem. Can I like... wait, hold on. I want to do something dumb. Might as well grab some humanity while I'm here just for fun. Wait, hold on. Wait, hold on. He's gonna kill me. Hold on, I'm gonna drink some... Wait, hold on. No, wait. Okay, fine. Yum, 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 delicious. I got nothing, actually. She has no humanity? Huh. I thought she would have humanity. You would think she would, because she's a firekeeper, right? I guess not. Anyway, you can kill her. I kinda don't want to. I kinda like her, though. Despite our hostile relationship, let's just say, I think I'll spare her, if possible. Instead, let's see. Let's go to the source of the problem. And can I go down from here? Or should I just push the lever again? I'm not sure. Maybe just push the lever. Oh, where is she? Oh, she's still here. Ah. Can't catch me. See ya. Whee! She's not very good at her job. She's supposed to be like a Dark Moon blade. I mean, that's the implication, right? Because she even uses the buff. You can only use that buff, I believe, if you're in the Dark Moon Covenant in the first place. And so she's a Dark Moon blade. And that's why she's trying to murder you, because, you know, you're just messing things up for her. That's fine. Very easy. Well, what? But you can go over here, and we saw this before, behind like a illusionary wall we got need a ring for. This is where Gwendolyn was. And well, we can't exactly pray anymore, but we can go through the fog wall, which you can do, I believe, anytime, really. You know, you can betray Gwendolyn even before you shoot the illusion of Guinevere. In fact, if you go here, and well, you know, basically, obviously, you fight Gwendolyn.
Heretic. First thou offendest the Godmother, and now thou see fit to trample upon the tomb of the great Lord. I am the Dark Sun, Gwendolyn. Let the atonement for thy felonies commence.
Uh-oh. But yeah, you can go here, as it turns out, and fight Gwendolyn. You can kill him first, and then when you kill the illusion of Guinevere, you don't actually hear any dialogue. You just, kill the illusion. But this is an interesting boss fight. I don't know how I feel about it. But basically, it's kind of like a zoning battle, You've noticed that it's a very long hallway. I believe the way it's programmed in the game is that you're not really moving. It's actually kind of like a trick. But it just feels like a very long hallway, You see the follow all the way back there. And basically, he just shoots a bunch of things at you. Ah! Ah! Boop. And then teleports away, and then you go again, basically. Weird? Weird? I mean, not that hard, to be honest, as like a boss fight. And you don't have to do this. This is an optional boss fight as well. I mean, I kind of don't want to kill Gwendolyn. I kind of do like his character. And I say he. You might be, let's just say, put off guard by his feminine voice. But it is a he, I think, in the lore, in fact. I don't know if there's any items that... I mean, there is an item, I don't remember which item, but I think there's an item that points to that exactly. Ow. Specifically... Well, I mean, I'll just spoil it, but basically... he was one of Gwyn's, like, I guess, offspring, He is a god and everything, but because he was associated with the moon, for some reason... Ow, I'm gonna die. But for some reason, because he was associated with the moon and everything, he was instead brought up to be a daughter.
In dark, an eternal curse upon thee.
Blech. Yeah, not much of a boss fight, to be honest. More of like a lore boss. Oh, I got an achievement, technically, because the first time I did it on the Steamworks achievement thing. Yeah, Gwendolyn was brought up to be a daughter instead of a son. I mean, I don't know how it works when you're like, a god. But I guess that's what happens. You turn into like, you have a feminine voice, you have like snake legs, and then, I don't know. That's how it works. Anyway. Can I take this? Yes, I can. Oh. Never mind. Oh yeah, I remember this. I was wondering what kind of lore what this implies. Like, you open the chest, there's nothing inside. You actually can't take this. I wonder what that means. Because somebody else did, I guess. What was that in that chest? Go over here. Maybe it's like this? Oh, okay, that makes sense. Maybe the other chest was the brass stuff. Do you see here the brass armor and everything? That is the same armor the lady who's trying to kill me has. So maybe, it's just a copy of her armor on the left. Helm of the Dark Moon Knightess, Firekeeper of Anorlando. After becoming undead, she visited the Dark Sun Gwendolyn at the Mausoleum of the Spiral Depths, became a Blade of the Dark Moon, and assumed the flame-keeping duty. She received this item, which hides her hideous form and helps her hunt the guilty. Apparently, she has a guilty or hideous form, which maybe has something to do with the fact that she's a firekeeper, Maybe, like, for some reason, because of her soul that tends to attract humanity. It makes her, like, physical form look bad or something. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Or she just might be a bit too self-conscious. I don't know. But apparently that's the lore. That's why she likes to wear the armor. She looks badass though. I don't know. Anyway. Tears. Sunlight Blade. That's also a pretty powerful buff, PvP wise. Let's see. Look at it. Miracle wielded by Lord Gwyn's firstborn. Boosts right weapon with rays of sun. The power of sunlight, manifested as lightning, is very effective against dragons. When the eldest son was stripped of his deific status, he left this on his father's coffin, perhaps as a final farewell. Again, you know, theory is that Gwyn's firstborn or whatever is Solera, maybe. That's why he's so obsessed with the sun? I don't know. Something like that. Could be, couldn't be. There's also another character, I believe in Dark Souls 3, that kind of contradicts like Solera being the actual firstborn, but who knows. Anyway, so this is supposed to be like Gwyn's coffin. You don't really, well, he's not here. We can't really open the coffin, but it's a very big coffin, by the way. Or is this the coffin? I don't know if this is the coffin, or like there's like something supposed to put on this. I think this is the coffin. There's like some flowers on it, you know? I assume this is the coffin. It's a very big one, so you assume this is how big Gwyn would be. Maybe at the height of his power. I think the way that works in this game, or in this world, the implication anyway, is the more powerful you are, the bigger you are somehow. I don't know, the more you level up, you just get very big. But, Gwyn is not here though. The snakes most mentioned that Gwyn is at the kiln, you know? He's not here, but there is a coffin for him, I guess. So maybe the idea is that, well, maybe he's already dead. But I guess we'll see. There you go. Killed Gwendolyn, which I don't feel too good about, but oh well. I never kill Priscilla, but I do kill Gwendolyn. Technically, I mean, he kind of had it coming. Technically, he tried to murder us plenty of times through the illusions and everything. He's also, you know, the theory as well is that he's part of the scheme, right? Of tricking the chosen undead. Do all of this, really. To like go on the undead pilgrimage and collect all the souls and everything. He's basically the last god here and the one that set up this entire thing, so he must be the mastermind, or at least, you know, part of the plan anyway. So by destroying the illusion, you're kind of like destroying his lies and his deception at the same time. I mean, I kind of wish you could just talk this out, but, you know, I'll just murder him, that's fine. Also, where's, did we get, like, a soul, by the way? Maybe it said, yeah, here's it. Here you go. Soul of Darkmoon Gwendolyn, God of the Dark Sun, and Guardian of Desert and Erlando. Yeah, so that's, like, the idea is that he's the only god left. Let's see. I think we've done, like, most things in this game already. I don't know if there's anything else to do. I'm trying to think. I'm just padding this playthrough as much as I can. Well, I mean, there's like, I don't think we met Patches yet, by the way. He's over here. I got out of the catacombs, and he's just here now.
Oh, we meet again. How many of you are there? You've come at the perfect time. I'm done with the looting. I'm a humble merchant now, and wondrous treasures have I, at a special price for you. There you are. Have a nice look at them. Oh, relax. No more funny business out of me, my friend.
Okay. No gesture, feeling frustration.
Here, have you met that backwoods Shiva? Believe me on this one, my love. The man is trouble. I can see it in his eyes. I just can. No doubt about it.
Yeah, that's uncut content, Patches. You know, Shiva of the East and everything. I think I mentioned before, but there's supposed to be some kind of side quest with him. It's not in the, you know, final game, but there was supposed to be some kind of quest where he betrays you and everything. With, like, Chaos Blade.
Yeah. Have you met that sunbathing Solaire? Believe me on this one, my love. He's a complete idiot. But he happens to be an awfully strong idiot. So just nod your head and keep him on your side.
Okay. That's kind of rude, Patches. What a rude guy.
Have you met Petrus? That self-proclaimed cleric? Believe me on this one, my love. The man is scum. Don't you be fooled by his claims to do good. They're all the same, those rotten clerics.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. Patches he tends to not like clerics. I believe if you because there was the dialogue option to say whether or not you were a cleric. If you are, you know, even if you say you are, even if you're not, he'll just murder you because he doesn't like clerics for some reason. I think that it's a callback to Demon Souls, I think.
Boy, have you met Lautrec the Embraced? Believe me on this one, my love. He's completely mad. He wouldn't think twice about cutting somebody down. So watch out for him. Especially if you've humanity to spare.
That is true.
I'm done with the looting. And
Okay, and that's it. Just a few more dialogue lines about the other characters. You purchase stuff. You can purchase, I believe, the other masks, you know, which is useful if you want to see the other masks. You know, this one gives you equipment load, this one's HP, this one's stamina recovery. This one of the 3 masks is a pinwheel. That we saw before, some cleric stuff, you want it. Nothing interesting, there's a mace. And I guess that's it.
what? Nothing appeals to you? Well, you must have poor taste.
Where is the dark hand?
What?
Oops. Wait,
Ow!
hold on, wait. Stand still.
Hey, put an end to
Wait.
that.
Yum yum yum, delicious. Give me your humanity. Alright. The NPCs don't, you know, they don't go hostile. Unless you hit them too much accidentally. I don't know, well, I think I showed before. I don't know if I mentioned before, but yeah, you can like take out humanity from the NPCs. They have limited amounts, so you can't do it forever. Eventually, they give you nothing. Even if you reset if you rest the bonfire and everything, eventually, nothing happens. Even if you try to suck it out of them, so you can't just get infinite humanity. But it's a fun thing you do. Why not? Anyway.
Oh, I'm sometimes.
You know, there was supposed to be like a whole side quest with him. I don't know why my game is glitched. But like, there's supposed to be like a whole side quest with Petrus and Rhea and everything. Somehow I messed it up. I don't know how I did that. Like, even I believe early on, I kind of missed the dialogue. But Lautrec, if he was still around, he would give you a hint about Petrus's like true intentions, and that is that he's not as he seems. You know, in the beginning he seemed like just a snobby guy, but you know, generally a good person. But actually, he's kind of a asshole because you learn. I mean, I can't really show it, you know, but you learn that he abandoned Rhea actually in the catacombs and then left her to die. And I believe if you unlock the dialogue with Lautrec, and then you confront him with the information that he did that, basically shows his true colors, and then he says, "Oh, you know, yes, I did that," you know, and then he's like, "Oh, you want some free humanity? You should go down there and finish her off." You know, he's like very evil. I guess you don't get to see that dialogue though. I don't know. At the very least, I thought he would just mention it. But it seems his dialogue is glitched for some reason. Maybe you have to be in his covenant? I'm not sure. I don't know why this playthrough is cursed. In a few ways. Somehow I just missed out some dialogue. I remember the crow as well, back in the undead asylum, is supposed to have dialogue as well. Or at least, you know, the crow's nest. But that also didn't activate. I don't know. I don't know why my game... No. It's just the flag is not working. The flag's not being put up. Anyway, while I'm here though, I'm just wondering any kind of new dialogue can squeeze out. I wonder if this guy says anything new. Is what I'm thinking.
Greetings and welcome back.
I never really visit this guy.
See the preserving my humanity.
I don't really see this guy a lot because he's just out of the way. You know, he's just get to run past the boss room again and everything. I can request absolution. That's a lot of souls. You know. I can talk to him.
Has thou acquaintance with Petrus of Third? I wager you two has likely found much in common. For is he not too drenched in sin?
Okay, so that's another hint that Petrus is a bad guy, you know? But I don't know, that quest line didn't really advance, I feel like.
Hast thou?
Okay, that's it.
Thou art welcome, and
You also notice that he's wearing Velka's stuff. He also has like a unique rapier. I can't remember how you get it. I think maybe in the painted world. Maybe I missed it. But he has the Velka rapier. So, you know, he's basically a... What do you call it? Like a apostate or rather like a priest, I guess. He's a priest of Velka. Which makes sense. He's all about like sin and everything. There you go. Again, weird that we don't get anything from Petrus, because normally, I'm just gonna say, kind of spoilers, I'd rather it just happen naturally, but normally what happens is that Rhea gets murdered by Mr. Petrus, you know? Actually. I think whether he admits it or not depends on whether or not you get the tip from Lordran maybe, but, you know, there's a lot of hints that point to him being the murderer. And when you kill him, you know, you find the item that belongs to Rhea on his body when you kill him. So that kind of proves the fact that he killed her, or at least that was supposed to happen. But never mind. Again, never mind. Oh well. And you could technically save her as well, at least it's supposed to. If the quest is working properly, you could also save her by having this knowledge in advance and just killing Petrus before he kills her. You know, you have to do it immediately after you... Not immediately, but you have to do it like pretty soon after you save her, and make sure you don't advance the game too much by fighting bosses and everything. You kill him, and then technically that kind of saves Rhea. Eventually, though, I believe by purchasing all her spells, she does go hollow, and then gets captured by... Or rather, well, she gets captured first, probably. But she gets captured by the crystal golems, assumedly, and then gets put in a prison back in Duke's archives, you know? Like how I mentioned before, like how the crystal golems and everything often kidnap maidens for Sif's experiments. Even with Sif being dead, she also gets kidnapped as well eventually by the crystal golems. And then she goes hollow, so she lost all purpose in life. So it's a pretty sad tale, actually, you know? A lot of the NPCs, even the merchants, I mean, especially the merchants, after you actually exhaust all their items, they tend to just go hollow. You know, they go to some place and they just go hollow. Maybe I'll like... Maybe I'll buy something, maybe then he'll say something? Hello?
Oh.
No? I guess not. No? I can pretend to join, but...
Oh.
No. Oh. That's fine, whatever. Anyway. But yeah, Lordran, for example, if you go through his quests, which is like upgrading your pyromancy flame, go to Quelana, upgrading your pyromancy flame further, if you tell him how you upgrade your pyromancy flame to its maximum, which I believe you can only do through Quelana in Blighttown, basically, I mentioned before. If you go through that kind of quest and tell him about it, then he also goes hollow. You know, I guess assuming he just goes to the swamp and then he gets trapped in it because he didn't bring enough purple moss, I guess. I don't know. And then he just dies. Or at least not die, but you know, he goes hollow. And then he attacks you, basically. Similar to the Crestfallen. A lot of NPCs, they just go hollow and then you have to murder them. Same thing with this dude, the mage guy. I can't really do his quests, but like, if you're a sorcerer and you buy all his spells, eventually he does go...
Terrific, and pray...
Right, he never go hollow, ironic. But if you buy all his spells as a sorcerer, he tells you he goes after Big Hat Logan, and I think that's around where he is, around the Grand Archives, I think, or, you know, somewhere near. Assumedly, oops, I didn't mean to, damn it. Just jumped off. But assumedly, he chases after Big Hat Logan, and then he also goes hollow. So basically, everyone just goes hollow. Everyone dies. It's a tragedy. But hey, that's Dark Souls.